Hi everyone, let's talk about melody analysis. How do the chords relate to the melody? Let's have a look. Are You Sleeping, Brother John? You can just play one chord, the chord C, over the total length of the song, and then sing this melody on top of it. This chord C, it's a triad, has three notes, C, E, and G. The chord is built with scale notes. So the first note of the scale is a C. Then we don't play the D, we play the E. We don't play the F, we play the G. So that's your chord C, E, G. And those are the scale notes left, D, F, A, and B. Let's have a look now. This song, Are You Sleeping, Brother John, has 8 measures. And every measure has 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it over here, 4/4. It says first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. 4 quarter notes fit within one measure. And then you see the bar line. The 1 and the 3 are stressed. The 3 is a little less stressed. We call them downbeats or strong beats. The 2 and the 4, we call them upbeats or weak beats. They're not stressed. So the song goes like this. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Do you hear it? Downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat. As you can see, this chord note is used over here, over here, over here. This chord note E is used over here, over here, over here. The chord note G is used over here, it's used over here and here. Our first observation is that chord notes are used for the melody on all beats when it comes to a nursery rhyme like Are You Sleeping, Brother John? And you can see the C is used on the first beat and also on the fourth beat. So this is a strong beat, this is a weak beat. So they're used on all beats. Let's now have a look at the scale notes. The scale note D is used on a weak beat. The scale note F is used on a weak beat. The scale note A is used over here. It's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. This N is also a weak beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So the scale note A is used over here, the scale note F is used over here. There is no scale note used on a strong beat. Do you see that? Scale notes are only used on weak beats, on the 2 and the 4 or the N, so 1 and 2 N. That's quite normal for a nursery rhyme. I don't think there are any nursery rhymes where scale notes are used on the strong beats. There is a reason for that. The children might not have perfect pitch, not even a good developed relative pitch. So they just listen to the piano or the guitar, and when they hear the C, they can sing the C. When they hear this E, they can sing it. So it's Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? You can see, you can even swallow them, the weak beats a bit. You don't need them. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? So when the piano or the guitar is playing, or the other instruments are playing this C chord, the notes C, E, and G, the children can refer to it and then they will sing in tune. When it comes to jazz, the first observation is that chord notes are also used for the melody on all the beats. It's identical to our observation of the nursery rhymes. Let's have a look. Autumn leaves. The autumn leaves drift by my window. So first of all, the autumn leaves, that's a C. And that's the chord A minor 7. A minor 7. The notes are A, C, E, and G. So the piano or whatever instrument is playing the song is playing A, C, E, and G. And this note, this blue C, I marked it with blue, with a blue color, is used over here. Then the D7 chord, D7, the notes D, F sharp, A, and C. The C is used, the D is used, and the F sharp is used. And the D is used on a strong beat, the D is used on a weak beat, the F sharp is used on a weak beat too. So the first observation is chord notes are used for the melody on all beats. But what about the scale notes? Scale notes are used on all beats too. And that's very different when you compare it to the nursery rhyme. So let's have a look. We will use the song All of Me over here. You took the part that once was my heart. So this you, the piano or whatever instrument is going to play this chord, F. The F chord contains the notes F, A, and C. And you have to sing a D on top of it. And that D is part of the scale. You see that? The D is the second note of the scale. That will clash because the piano is playing a C and you have to sing a D on top of it. It continues. The chord is F minor. The notes F, A flat, and C are being played, and you have to sing that D on top of it again. Over here, A7. The notes are A, C sharp, E, and G. Those notes are played. But look, you have to sing a B. A B is right in between over here. So what I mean is that it's on the strong beats. It's on the 1, and here too on the 1. It even lasts until the 3. Again on the 1, that's a strong beat. And you have to sing a scale note instead of a chord note. So you need some training to do that. Children might not be able to do it. They might get confused because the chord differs from the note that they are singing in the melody or should be singing in the melody. What I've explained relates to what has happened in classical music several decades ago, in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. This story is not new. When priests were singing a melody, da-da-da-da-da, for example, all the other priests had to sing the same thing, da-da-da-da-da. They were not allowed to sing a second voice on top of it. Why not? Because God had to be present when you were singing. When you sing another note on top of it, it might clash with the melody, and then the devil would be present. At a certain moment, the Pope agreed that you were allowed to sing 1 octave higher on top of it. So when you sing da-da-da-da-da, other priests were allowed to sing da-da-da-da-da, so 1 octave higher. There is hardly any tension at all between a low ta and a high ta. Of course, the ear develops, music keeps evolving, and at a certain moment, the Pope changed his mind, and the Pope said, it's okay, you can sing a perfect fifth on top of it now. So when someone sings na, you can sing na, 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 and that's 5 steps up, 5 note names up, C, D, E, F, G. You can sing that G on top of that C, no problem. But there is a certain tension between a G and a C. And then it evolved that you were allowed to sing a major third and a minor third on top of it. So when someone was singing na, you were allowed to sing na on top of it or na. There is even more tension between this C, na, that you're singing and that E on top of it or that E flat on top of it. The closer you come towards your note, towards the lead note, the closer the second vocals are singing, the more tension you will hear. When someone sings this, I sing na, and someone else sings na, just 1 note higher, like a whole tone difference, that really clashes. We call that a second on top of it. It was not allowed in church music. And a seventh was not allowed either. So in jazz, for example, here, chords are mostly seventh chords, so chords with 4 notes in it. So C, E, G, B, that B will definitely clash with that C. Because C, E, G, B, C, 1 octave higher, that C is only a half step away. So it clashes, all sevenths clash. Jazz music would definitely have been considered music of the devil in the Middle Ages. Nowadays, it's not. The basic observation is, in fact, because we're not talking about church music, we're talking about, in fact, what determines a genre. That's the topic. If you use scale notes on strong beats, your song will sound jazzy. If you use scale notes only on weak beats, your song will sound more like a nursery rhyme. It will sound more organized and less chaotic. In jazz, they even use altered notes on strong beats. What's an altered note? Let's have a look again. In Autumn Leaves is written in the mode minor, so in the minor mode, and there are 2 scales involved, the scale of E natural minor and the scale of E harmonic minor. What does that mean? Over here you have to sing a C, and over here you have to sing a C sharp, and the C sharp is part of the harmonic minor, and the C is part of the natural minor. So 2 scales are being used. And then have a look over here. We're talking about altered notes. So the E minor chord, E minor, over here, has 3 notes in it. E, G, and B. And in the melody, on a strong beat, you have to sing a D sharp. There is no D sharp here in this scale. Do you see that? So you're not singing a chord note, and you are not singing a scale note. And when you're not singing a scale note, we call that an altered note. The same thing happens over here. This A sharp is not part of the chord, and it's not part of the scales. If you want your song to sound jazzy, use scale notes and altered notes on all beats. You want your song to sound easier, more structured, use scale notes only on the upbeats or the weak beats. What about pop music then? Well, pop music is a little bit in the middle, isn't it? If you want your pop song to sound structured and organized, then use scale notes only on upbeats. If you want your pop song to sound clashy, chaotic, and with more tension between the chord notes and the melody, then use scale notes and also altered notes on all beats. Anyhow, the genre is defined by the question, are scale notes used only on upbeats, or are scale notes also used on the strong beats? And that's what this video was all about. Thanks for watching. That's it.